Unfortunately, there's some bad reports today of an earthquake hitting Haiti. There's people apparently trapped, and we don't know how many people have lost their lives so far, but it's got me thinking about today's video. How would I survive an earthquake if it happened to me and my family and my friends? Well, I want to be Superman. I want to have the knowledge to protect everyone when it happens, because if it's already happening, the building's shaking, and if you don't know what to do, then how are you going to be the Superman of the day? How will you survive and keep your friends and family alive? Well, I want to read from this webpage today. Very interesting little topic. WikiHow. How to survive an earthquake. I'm using my brand new teleprompter right here, so let's just read this right now, okay? Earthquakes, they strike without warning most times, all right? And are among the most destructive natural disasters known to man. Now, to ride out an earthquake, remember the phrase, drop, cover, and hold on, all right? Quickly find a spot away from glass, exterior walls, and any other object that could fall, because the last thing you want to be next to is a falling bloody book off the bookshelf or a pane of glass that's just come undone. You don't want anything to do with that, right? So, continuing on, quickly find a spot away from glass and all that stuff. Crouch and take cover until the shaking stops. Then respond to any hazardous damage caused by the earthquake. Advanced preparation is the key to you and your friends' survival. So you and your friends should make a supply kit, come up with an emergency plan, and practice drills regularly. God, I love this teleprompter. We're making a review on this thing later tomorrow or something like that. But yes, continuing on with this conversation, right? Remember that you only have a few seconds between an earthquake warning and feeling actual shaking, right? You may feel shaking before or after receiving such a warning. You may even feel shaking with no warning at all. Regardless, remember that earthquake early warnings give you limited time and do not predict earthquakes, all right? You may get a warning anywhere from a few seconds to up to a minute before the earthquake hits. China and Japan have that, maglev and Shinkansen trains, the bullet trains, right? They go really, really fast. Well, they have multi-million-dollar systems in place that basically predict when the earthquake is happening, or they actually detect when it's happening from afar, and then they tell China and Japan type of thing to stop the trains immediately. Otherwise, the last thing you want is a train running when there's an earthquake happening. So yes, there we go, preparation, okay? Warnings. So number one and number two, okay? Number two, turn off your stove when you're cooking. Let's say you're cooking and they've got gas on the thing, turn it all off, right? Turn off cooking appliances if it is safe to do so before taking cover. These appliances can potentially start a fire if left unattended. Now make sure all controls on stoves, ovens, and microwaves are set to off before seeking cover, right? Now, what's this thing about a door? What's this door? Well, let's quickly read on this right now. Open exit doors if you can before tremors start. This will prevent them from jamming, leaving you with a possible evacuation route, okay? Number four, if you're in a building, listen to the authorities, right? These guys will help you. Follow instructions of emergency personnel in a public building. They may provide you additional things that you need to protect your lives. Now, for example, they may inform you to turn off dangerous machinery or to move away from shelves or displays. So next time I'm using my circular saw and cutting some bloody wood, make sure it's turned off, Gareth. There we go. I actually do cut wood. If you're on my Instagram, I posted stories sometimes of me cutting wood for my fire with my big circular saw. So it was a joke, but it's a truthful one. Anyway, number five, what if you're in a car, right? Well, slow down your vehicle if you're in a car. Avoid sudden braking or swerving, as it could potentially cause an accident, all right? Now, taking cover indoors. This is going back to what we were saying before, but now more detailed, okay? Get away from glass, large furniture, and other hazards, if possible. In the first few seconds after the shaking starts, try to quickly move away from anything that could fall or injure you. Get low and walk or crawl away from hazards such as windows, cabinets, televisions, and bookcases. There's a bit of excess reading there, which we will not do. But if you guys want to read that, feel free to pause. Number 2, be under a table, right? All right, get under a table. These things are solid. They will help from things that are falling. You know, drop your hands and knees under a sturdy table or desk, right? Just like Monica Lewinsky did to Bill Clinton. She dropped to her knees and got under a table. Just forget about that for a second. Look for a sturdy piece of furniture. I almost said something else then. Look for a sturdy piece of furniture, such as, you know, a solid table that can offer cover from falling objects, such as Bill Clinton's junk, right? Get down on your hands and knees and do what you need to do. Crouch under the desk or table until the shaking stops. Once again, there is additional reading there. If you guys want to read that, feel free to pause the video. Number 3, what's this guy doing with a rag or a towel? I don't know. Let's quickly read on it, right? Protect your head and neck from falling debris. If possible, grab a pillow, a sofa cushion, or another object to shield your face and head. If there's nothing nearby to use as a shield, cover your face, head, and neck with your hands and arms, right? This is a pretty interesting bit of reading, right? A strong earthquake can kick up clouds of dangerous dust. Yes, they can, all right? If this is the case, you should also cover your nose and mouth with a handkerchief or anything like that, okay? Number 4, we're still under the table apparently. Number 4, right? Remain in your safe spot until the shaking stops, all right? Stay put until the shaking has stopped for 1 or 2 minutes. Remain on guard when you get up. As aftershakes, right? Aftershocks, they're pretty bad, right? They take you off guard. You don't expect it, but they come again, right? Aftershocks can occur at any time after an earthquake. Once again, there's a bit more reading there. If you want to read that, feel free to pause it, all right? Number 5, use caution around debris after leaving your shelter, right? You don't want to step on the broken glass, no. My girlfriend Vicky absolutely freaks out just at the thought of broken glass. It's dangerous. That's why she freaks out, okay? Back to this one again, back to 4, my A10 Mini Pro, not the article. Never mind. Use caution around debris after leaving your shelter, right? Watch out for broken glass and rubble. If you're not wearing shoes, tread lightly, all right? And be extremely careful not to injure yourself. Grab a pair of heavy, solid shoes. And if you're wearing light clothes, put on a pair of pants and long sleeve shirt, right? These things will help you. Once again, there's a bit more reading there if you're interested in reading that, but if you're not, then let's continue, right? Number 6, if there are people that are hurt, how are you going to protect them? How are you going to help them, right? Check for injuries, all right? And render first aid if needed, all right? Call emergency services if you or someone nearby are injured and need medical attention. If you know first aid or CPR, administer emergency care as needed, all right? A bit more reading there. If you guys are interested in the CPR lingo, please feel free to pause this right now. Going to number 7, electricity can be a dangerous thing, right? When an earthquake is happening, it's dislodged walls, all right? The wall was over there before, but now it's over here. And you've got electricity wires absolutely everywhere. So you got to be careful for electricity, right? Inspect the building for structural damage and hazards. Check for cracks in the building structure. All right, fires, all right, the smell of gas and damaged wires or electrical appliances. If you believe the building is unsound, evacuate immediately. Get the fuck out of town. Get out of there, all right? You don't want to wait until it potentially falls on you. If possible, if there is no immediate threat that the building will collapse, you respond to utility hazards, right? Once again, if you want to read a bit more of that, please feel free to do so and pause this video. All right, there we go. Now, what if you're in a car? What if you're in a vroom vroom and this bloody earthquake happens? Well, here is some advice if it happens when you're in a car. All right, back to 4. Here we go again. Stop in a clear area away from trees, buildings, and other structures. All right, find an open area and stop your vehicle on the shoulder or on the side of the road, right? Get as far away as you can from utility poles, large structures, buildings, obviously, and any other, potential hazards. If you're in buildings, right? We've all seen those end of the world movies with The Rock, or I don't know, there's been so many of them, right? If there's an earthquake happening and you're next to a tall building, the windows are potentially going to pop out of the window of the building, and right? It's going to be like Final Destination times a million. You don't want to be anywhere near that, all right? Whether you're in a car or out of a car, get away from those shits, all right? Terrible. So pay attention to surrounding traffic and stop only when it's safe to do so. Don't stop abruptly, all right? You don't want to stop abruptly. Yeah, that's going to be dangerous. I've completely lost my spot. Where are we? Pay attention to surroundings. Don't stop abruptly, or vehicles to the rear might collide with you. So basically, if you're in a gay club, you may get it from the rear as well. You don't you don't want to be rear-ended, okay? Stay away from stopping a car fast. Okay, what's this one? He's putting his handbrake on. Set your parking brake and wait until the shaking has stopped, right? The car may jiggle violently during an earthquake, but stay put and try to remain calm. You're safer in a car than outside. Apparently. Same as lightning strikes, apparently. I'll talk about that in a second. Since vehicles often offer protection, I should say, from debris and falling objects. Now, going back to the lightning strike issue, Mythbusters and people like that have done experiments. If there's a lightning storm, stay in your car. Lightning strikes, if they do ever hit your car, they go straight from around, like the bolt goes around the car, hits the car, but the electricity goes around the car and goes into the ground, kind of thing. Yeah, you're safe. No one's ever been killed, I don't believe, while getting shocked from a lightning strike while sitting in a car. Very interesting, right? There we go. So also, turn on your radio, as channels should be broadcasting emergency, broadcast information. This is information that you need right now. All right? Be aware of damaged roads, debris, and other hazards when you continue driving. Listen to those reports of road closures or hazards on the emergency broadcast, right? When the shaking stops, resume driving and keep your eye out for damaged roadways, right? Sinkholes are pretty deadly. You don't know they're there until you're kind of in one, right? Unsound bridges and any other potential hazard. Fallen power lines, right? That's another problem. Look out for them. And if you see them, call emergency services. If you can get through, that is. Driving safe outdoors, I think we're almost finished with this article, to be honest, but yeah, look out for poles, right? Move away from buildings, streetlights, power lines, and bridges. The most dangerous locations during an earthquake are areas immediately around buildings, right? As soon as the ground begins shaking, try to get as far away as possible from any nearby structures, all right? There's a bit more added information there if you guys are interested in reading it. This guy's got Captain America's shield for some reason. Look at this guy. That's America's ass right there. What's this guy doing? Crouching tiger, hidden dragon. Crouch down low in a wide open area until the shaking stops. Once you've made your way away from nearby structures, get on your hands and knees and cover your head. See if there are any objects nearby to use as a shield, like Captain America, and such as a trash can lid. If none are available, cover your head and neck with your hands and arms, kind of situation. Bit more information there if you guys want to read that. Look out for debris, fallen trees, shit like that. Watch out for hazards as you assess your surroundings, all right? I don't think we're going to read that, but yeah. There's one more very important thing I wanted to say. Get to higher ground if you're on the shore or near a dam. This is a huge one. I'll repeat myself again. This is a huge one. This is the defining moment for this video. If you're near the water, all right. Going back to number 4, picture in picture. Okay, go to higher ground if you're on the shore or near a dam. All right. If a shaking lasts more than 20 seconds, don't wait for an alarm or warning to flee. I don't know why 20 seconds, but all right. Get to the ground that's at least 100 feet or 30 meters above the sea level, all right? Or 3.2 kilometers from the shore. Now, why are they telling us to do this? Well, earthquakes can cause tsunamis. So put distance between yourself and the coast. Now, while a catastrophic failure is unlikely, earthquakes cause damage and can cause flooding downstream from a dam. So yeah, dams are a damn problem, all right? It's happened in the past. There are many documented cases of towns, of whole towns downstream, down the dam, being absolutely submerged and flooded because the dam's given way. So a very interesting little article. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, this is the very last thing, prepare for an earthquake, because you want to be Superman. If this happens to you and your family, you're going to be the Superman in the situation. You will save you'll have much better chance in saving you yourself and your family if you have this information and the proper kit. So you make an emergency supply kit, right? Keep your supplies in an easily accessible spot, right? Such as a hall, closet, or garage. Make sure every member of your family knows where the emergency supplies are located. Keep these following things on hand. I will not read them, but I will let you read it for yourselves. Please feel free to pause that and read it. That's it. That's going to be today's video. I'm using my brand new teleprompter today. I think we did a great job doing this one live, completely live and unedited. If you guys like this video, we are on 2 different YouTube channels, 2 and 1. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, at Tallboy Gareth. My name's Gareth, and I have been tall, and I love you, each and every one of you, all of you. Bye-bye.